I'm here with Frank from TechCocktail, and it's interesting that you've been doing this in a couple other markets. What made you decide to bring this to Detroit?
So we actually thought Detroit and the Midwest, we've always been focusing on underserved markets, and we felt like Detroit was definitely in need of some little help to amplify the local technology scene. There's a great community in Ann Arbor and Detroit, but there's nothing kind of bringing them together. So we thought, well, we'll do it in Royal Oak. It's a little different, so whatever. So, and actually Zach from Future Midwest kind of reached out and was like, hey, we're doing this conference. This is our second year. What do you think about kicking off the event with showcasing the local technology that's in this area? And we thought, that's, and their mission and our mission are very similar. We're trying to really help the community, better amplify what's going on, better connect it. And so we thought, it makes a lot of sense to come out and do another, an event here.
So how has the response been so far?
Oh, it's been great. I mean, we had a couple hundred people sign up for this event. We had 9 companies from the local area demoing expo style. So, I mean, for me, I was really, impressed with the folks that came out, to sign up for the event, and then also the companies that are here demoing. I never heard of these companies. That's kind of the point. We want to basically help cover those companies online, showcase what they're doing, and then better connect the local area.
Yeah. How did you decide originally to include some of the startups, some of the companies that aren't getting a lot of love yet?
So we have a call out, and we kind of see, we got a bunch of applications, and then we kind of vet them. We have a team that kind of vets the startups based on merit and if it really fits what we're trying to kind of do. And in some cases, there's companies that have been around 10 years and they're a startup, but they're not necessarily early stage anymore. Maybe they've taken funding or they're really successful. And so we kind of want to make it those early stage, young, fresh startups.
And so how has TechCocktail been able to help some of those companies? I mean, any big success stories?
So yeah, in the past we've had kind of an array. The most recent, we actually were down in Austin. We had one of our companies. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. One of our companies was funded at our event. So an angel investor was there and wrote a check for $100K. And so from that aspect, we've had folks funded. We have companies started at our events, and then 3 months later they'll come back and demo at our event. So that's kind of a good we see the whole life cycle. And then we've even had companies acquired through demoing at our event. They've met people that then connected with a bigger company or something else where they've been acquired. So. The whole circle, so from ideation to meeting your co-founder, mate or whatever, to actually starting companies and getting things going. And also employees, you can find other employees, that you may want to hire to develop your product or whatever. So it's literally a cocktail of tech people, so it's a good place to kind of get everything together.
Always networking around cocktail seems to...
That always helps, a little lubrication there, it never hurts, right? We try to make it fun.
Is this something you're going to be bringing back to Detroit, or?
Yeah, we'd like to. We definitely would like to come back. Not sure on the timeline yet when we want to do that. We've got this year we've got a really full schedule of events, so we're trying to branch out into other areas. We did we're kind of doing newer communities too. We've done San Diego earlier in the year, which is new to us. This is our first event in the Detroit area. We're going to be going to Austin, Texas, to do one focus on Austin. We were just there a little bit ago doing the South by Southwest event. But that event was more of a global, we had 32 companies from, was tied in more with the actual South by conference, so not our traditional model, it was a little off. So we want to focus on all the Texas, based companies. And then, maybe Seattle as well, we're looking at that as another one because there's a lot going on there too. So maybe San Francisco at some point, but we'll see. It's always been, one of those situations where they've got a lot going on. But lately I've heard that, a lot of what they have going on isn't helping the young, early stage stuff. And that's what we're really trying to do. So.
Well, thanks for joining us in Detroit.
Thank you so much.